up, guys? I'm Ashley Jenkins, and if new reports are to be believed, Jen Taylor, the voice actress for Halo's Cortana, will be voicing Microsoft's upcoming service named after her character. It's intended as an answer to Apple's Siri. This service has been rumored since last year when a test build of the app was discovered on a Windows phone that featured an early operating system build. Now, it looks like that service will go into beta for US Windows Phone developers in April and will roll out later in the year for the Bing app on iPhone for those who want to make Siri jealous. Reportedly, Microsoft will also bring Cortana home, extending the functionality to Xbox One and Windows sometime next year. Though she may be best known as the voice of Cortana, Taylor also voices several other well-known video game characters, including Left 4 Dead's Zoe, several heroes in Dota 2, the Peach, Toad, and Toadette characters in Nintendo's Mario games, and not to brag or anything, but she also provides the narration for our own Rooster Teeth animated series, RWBY. And since we mentioned Dota 2, this might be a good time to note that in 2013, Valve has paid $10.2 million in revenue sharing to in-game item creators for Dota 2 and Team Fortress 2. This service allows community contributors to submit original modeled items to be used in games via Steam Workshop, which players then buy using money from their Steam wallets, and the creators earn a percentage of the transaction revenue the items generate. In Dota 2, these community-created items take the form of equipment, announcers, interface skins, ability effects, and more, which players can buy to customize their game experience. In Team Fortress 2, players can purchase items like hats, weapons, and action items. When Valve launched the service back in 2010, they paid out $590,000 to 63 creators for sales across 106 different items. Fast forward to 2013, multiply that by 17, and Valve has paid $10.2 million to 661 creators for sales spanning 2,349 items. Breaking that down, it averages to $15.4 thousand per creator. So next time your parents ask why you're messing around with 3D models, tell them you could put yourself through school with it. Parents love that. Moving on to slightly less fun news, Nintendo has revised their sales forecast for their current fiscal year, which ends at the end of March, and it is brutal. They revised their Wii U sales forecast down to 2.8 million from 9 million units, and they've even cut their 3DS forecast down from 18 million units to 13.5 million. This means instead of making a 55 billion yen profit like they originally thought, which would translate to $527.25 million in US currency under the current exchange rate, they'll instead take a 25 billion yen or $239.7 million loss for the year. This makes it the third consecutive year the video game giant has operated at a loss. In response to the negative reforecast, Nintendo stock plunged 18% in Japan, 1 week after it jumped 10% in anticipation of possible market opportunities in China with that country's lift on the long-standing video game console ban. Nintendo President Satoru Iwata, who will retain his position at the company, explains, "Sales in the US and European markets in which we entered the year-end sales season with a hardware markdown were significantly lower than our original forecasts, with both hardware and software sales experiencing a huge gap from their targets." Earlier in 2013, Nintendo acknowledged that the lack of major first-party games for the console was responsible for its poor launch window performance, and hoped that the release of Pikmin 3, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, and Super Mario 3D World would be enough to turn it around. And it did, a bit, but not enough to meet Nintendo's expectations. The company declined to release specific US sales numbers for December, but NPD analyst Liam Callahan did offer that December was the best month yet for Wii U in terms of unit sales. Perhaps more surprising is Nintendo's failure to meet sales expectations for 3DS. The handheld was the #1 selling console in both the US and UK, but is still performing 25% shy of its original target. Nintendo will release their next big first-party software title, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, on February 21st, which should help them with their end-of-the-year numbers. And their next fiscal year will see the release of Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros., and reportedly the Hyrule Warriors, Legend of Zelda, and Dynasty Warriors mashup, all of which should go some way to shoring up their software library and creating a more compelling reason to invest in the console. And that's the news for today. Have you sold in-game items via Steam for a profit, or are you considering it now that Valve has shared how much money you could make doing so? Let us know in the comments below. Then check out roosterteeth.com over the weekend for a new RT Life for the funsies.